Jeanette Caruth, and I am here with my son Quentin, and we're talking about a book. Our book is called Conversations from the Soul, and it's a unique exchange between a mother and son. I hope you saw that very well. He's not shy, neither am I. So we are here to talk about the 10th chapter, and we call it the tides. The tides. So you possibly can imagine what that's about. That is about the enormous ups and downs of life, but really the severe ones, I would imagine. Right?
Yeah.
You started.
I started this. Normally she had started the chapters, but I had started this one. It was a day where I wasn't feeling so good, and the day before I'd been feeling amazing. And there was no reason for it. There were no thoughts behind it. I just felt in a funk, and I decided to write about that, the tides of life. And it kind of came out in a poetry form in that chapter, and it was just how sometimes we have to let go and just accept however we feel, and can't fight it, and just flowing with the tides of life. Some days are good, some days are bad, and that's the human experience. That's we all go through it, and just acknowledging the reality of that, and sharing my perspective on how to make the tides, I guess, flow a little gentler or easier.
Yes. It's a horrifying thing, I believe, because when he wrote, and then I also went back to the times that I felt really, really way down, and from which I would write a poem, remember? Yeah. And then putting behind it a poem that I'd written when I felt, amazing. To see the difference between the one and the other is really befuddling. It is such a huge difference how you feel from one to the other. When I feel up high in the sky, it feels totally impossible to ever fall down.
True,
again,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely. It feels like, this is
never,
it.
Never.
There's no way I can possibly ever lose this feeling, the sensation. Like it's such an opening of your soul and your heart, and
just your being. Then you're really connected with your being, and how can you lose your being? You cannot even fathom it. Well, guess what? The next week, whatever,
or
you
the next day,
your toe, and there you go. You're back in hell, so to speak. Yeah. And then you cannot imagine to ever get back again to that height.
Yeah.
And
you feel like you've lost it.
Yeah, you have lost it. So then the struggle becomes so enormous to because it exists and you want it back, and oh my God. And this is why I remember that poem I wrote no title, because I couldn't think of a title. It was just all too horrific, Yeah. So there's a poem in there that's no title, if you want to read it. Yeah, I know. So yes, and seemingly this is absolutely necessary in life, to go through the ups and downs and grow through it. Just like
it's a natural part of the history. I mean, there's the positive and negative and everything, from down to the electrons and the universes and everything else. It's that positive and negative. So somewhere in there, the trick is finding the balance.
Finding the balance with it, like you say, just to flow with it. Yeah. Because it's like the children falling down, and they're not going to stay on the ground. They got to get up again, and they're happy they're walking again, and they're feeling fabulous, and poof, and then they fall down again. No, and then you go, but through that process, they grow, and that's sort of what I'm thinking about. Yeah. When I grow,
it's just life.
Go through it's life. It has it's very unpleasant challenges. Yeah. So.
But I think what we try to do through the book is to try to find a way to make those ups and downs feel gentler, make them easier, and try to make the waves a little shorter. I guess you could say in frequencies. You have the big bands and the short bands. We try to get more in the short band waves, to where we find a more balanced approach to dealing with it all, rather than fighting it, rather than getting too involved in it, just acknowledging it. It's just here, and it makes it lighter, just simply acknowledging that it's there and allowing it to be, and just saying, I'm human, and like everybody else.
It's a humanness, totally. I do believe what I felt from the very beginning of our book, that we want to be more comfortable with humanness and share that with others who might become more at ease with it. That is my desire, at least. Always.
It's always been my desire.
To make people at ease, which brings me to a funny memory, actually. I was a long time ago in another lifetime, not another lifetime, trust me, but in my 20s, I was a nurse in Holland. And they asked me, why did you want to become a nurse? I had only one reason. I wanted to make people feel comfortable. But guess what? I was not good technically with all the pills and the injections and whatever it takes. And I found out I was not good enough to be a nurse because God knows what I could have done, the damage I could have done.
She could be a little clumsy.
But I just I just so wanted to fluff up the pillows and make them comfortable and make them laugh and make them forget the pain. And that was the only thing I really wanted to do. And I think that has been the main thing in all of my life. You know, now as a dancer, when I perform, I want people to forget their pains and the stories, and I want people to feel good. You know, so anyway.
Yeah, that's been always since I was a kid, my main desire was to make the world a better place, make it more peaceful, or change people's lives, make people happy.
Yeah.
I just never knew how to do it. I always felt a little lost in that sense, but that was part of the tie.
So we're flowing with it and we're loving it.
Yeah.
So that's all that matters. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Again, you can find our links below and like and subscribe as well. And you can find our book on caruthconversations.com or on Amazon as well. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.